Slammiversary, Josh Alexander dispatched the leader of Violent by Design, Eric Young. No one has seen or heard from Young since Slammiversary, according to Josh Alexander. Tonight, it is Joe Doering who steps up to challenge the champion. Doering has not been pinned or submitted in any promotion since December of 2019.
Joe Doering, with his stature and intensity alone, is a force to be reckoned with. But with that statistic, that kind of record, even somebody the caliber of Josh Alexander has to be second-guessing a lot heading into this matchup.
And just like at Slammiversary, it is similar tonight. The factor of Diener, you can see them waving the BBD flag here at Against All Odds. Alexander is once again going to have to deal with the numbers of Violent by Design here in Atlanta. In the last year and a half, Josh Alexander has only lost twice. Once was to Moose, as we've seen many times before, the call your shot opportunity at Bound for Glory back in 2021. The other was to Joe Doering via disqualification on Access TV last month before Slammiversary.
And despite the controversial ending to that matchup, you have to imagine that that record sits in the mind of Josh Alexander heading into this contest. Like I said, Josh Alexander is confident, but I don't know if he's faced anyone quite like Joe Doering.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Against All Odds main event of the evening. It is for the Impact World Championship, scheduled for one fall. When the bell rings, your referee, Daniel Spencer. Introducing first, the corner to my left, he is the challenger, accompanied by Diener, and representing Violent by Design, the undefeated Joe Doering. His opponent to my right, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, he is the defending Impact World Champion, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
Look at the grizzly bear standing across the ring from Josh Alexander. How does the standard, the Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander, topple the monster tonight?
Well, first and foremost, it's by not underestimating Joe Doering. You see the conviction with which Joe Doering stared at that title. It is not necessarily unfamiliar territory with him as far as championships go. This is a world champion in Japan, a former Triple Crown All-Japan champion, continuing the legacy of many foreigners who came into the land of Japan and dominated, like Stan Hansen, Big Van Vader, continuing that legacy, dominating all over Japan, and now wishes to take that kind of intensity to Josh Alexander.
2, 3, 4.
Alexander backs out of the corner before the count of 5 here. You can see Alexander just measuring Joe Doering as best he can. Doering is trying to give Alexander as little space as possible. Every opportunity, he's backing up Alexander into the ropes or into the corner.
You see, Joe Doering is not intimidated at all by Josh Alexander, not letting him breathe here.
And just look at Alexander having to leap up to grab the headlock there against Doering, and the 300-pounder just shies away. Alexander and dumps the champion out of the ring.
Alexander came off the ropes there full speed, collided with Doering. Doering didn't move.
Alexander back inside the ring. Title can only change hands via pinfall or submission inside the ring. The actions of Diener and Doering immediately following Slammiversary after we'd gone off the air. The brilliant matchup between Alexander and Young. Alexander defending his Impact World title. The question has been raised whether or not that was a design created by Eric Young for Diener and Doering to jump Alexander or if these two acted out on their own. Oh!
Well, as you alluded to earlier, Eric Young not here, very conspicuous by his absence. As we've so often heard in this business, is Eric Young.
Whoa! Went for a big clothesline. Doering leapt at Alexander and is now out on the apron.
Alexander, boom, has done his homework. Doering likes to clean house with that crossbody.
Oh! Doering bulldozes Alexander.
Just when Josh Alexander thought he had Joe Doering's number, the beast rises and takes him out.
Doering's got a 10 count to get Alexander back inside the ring here, but he's going to use as much time as he can to inflict punishment on Alexander.
Meanwhile, Diener out there flashing that VBD flag, not only to his partner Joe Doering to inspire him, but in the face of Josh Alexander to remind him just what he is fighting.
Ray, well, you've been in the ring with some gigantic wrestlers over the years. How do you withstand this type of damage?
You just hope that you're tough enough. I wasn't, I'll tell you that much. Josh Alexander is on a totally another level, but look at the position that Joe Doering has him in. You hear those sickening thuds of the forearms, these elbow drops, the kicks.
Look at this, into the cover to win the title, and a kick out by Alexander.
Every one of them heavier than your average wrestler here in Impact Wrestling.
Oh! Going to the chest in one big chop. Doering levels Alexander.
What takes others many only takes Joe Doering one.
Oh, look at this off the ropes, and there's the elbow.
And remember, with that elbow comes all the weight, all that momentum.
There's the cover, kick out by Alexander after the double barrel thunder there by Joe Doering.
You're not only dealing with this physical beast that is Joe Doering, you're dealing with someone who's been under the thumb, the tutelage, whatever you want to say, of Eric Young. Imagine what that does to someone's mind. We've seen Diener, Eric Young, and Joe Doering all together. We know how twisted they can be. So take that and combine it with the sheer mass of humanity that is Joe Doering, and it is dangerous beyond imagination.
Oh, Diener like a jackal at ringside. He tangled with Alexander last week on Access TV right after the loss by Young at Slammiversary. Doering just stalking the champion, count of 4. When that big grizzly bear just stares at you and you're the official, I don't
back
know
up, just back up, give him the space he needs, because you do not want to be in Joe Doering's way.
Doering taking his time here. He's gotten this match to the pace that he wants. Oh, kick right to the face there by Alexander. A little bit of a window here. Oh, for the man who's been called the Iron Man of Impact Wrestling. Oh, and Diener grabbing at the boot as the official was checking on Doering.
You knew it was going to happen at some point as Doering comes crashing in on the world champion.
Oh, what a clothesline. Drops the elbow.
Little extra leverage.
To win the title, kick out by Alexander.
This is a different pace of matchup than Alexander's been used to in recent months.
And look at this, Alexander knows he's got to break down Doering. He's got to cut down the proverbial redwood here in this matchup. Doering fires back with one big shot.
That's right, for every 3 or 4 of Josh Alexander's, it's one of Doering's that puts the fight to an end for a moment.
Oh, look at that, Alexander, he's just trying to keep Doering at bay here. Oh,
there's a punch upside the jaw, wobbles Doering just a little bit.
Oh, knee to the back of the neck, and this is critical for Alexander. Doering is down on the mat.
And this is one of the first times that Doering's been off his feet with the exception of one earlier when that crossbody to the floor from Alexander.
And now Alexander back up to his feet, as is Doering, in pursuit of the Impact World Champion.
Surprisingly, you saw Josh Alexander there begging, goading Joe for this kind of a fight here. A slugfest, not something I'd recommend doing with Joe Doering at any time.
Trying to get that 300-pounder up there for the German suplex.
It's gonna take a whole lot of strength there. Rebound, got him! Using the momentum of Doering off the ropes, and now looking to chain these together.
Alexander not done. Oh my God!
Whoa!
Northern Lights! Doering able to kick out. I can't believe we just saw that.
After being unable to hit the first German suplex, being able to turn it around into this, the Northern Lights suplex, center of the ring, but Doering manages to stay in this one.
And now look at Alexander. He's going after the left leg and the ankle here. He's trying to set up for the ankle lock on Doering.
And I gotta say, that's a smart move. Someone the size, the human redwood, that is Joe Doering. And there it is, Tom, the ankle lock in the center of the ring.
Big opportunity here for Josh Alexander, but look at the way Doering sends Alexander out of the ropes.
It's a big opportunity for Alexander to put Doering away, but this is a huge opportunity for Doering to bring the World Championship into the fold of Violent by Design.
Oh my God.
Both men slugging it out in no man's land here out on the apron.
Ooh. Oh, and a big clothesline. And there goes Alexander back into the ring.
And once again, Alexander firing off a couple chops. All it took was one clothesline to take Alexander off his feet and back into the ring.
Oh my God, oh my God. I can't believe it. Look at where Doering's headed. Doering's heading to the top turnbuckle. We almost never see Doering do this.
And maybe it was a little bit of the work Josh Alexander done to the ankle of Joe Doering. Made it a little bit tougher to climb to the top rope, but either way, Alexander stops him on his way up.
Look at Alexander trying to rip the big man off the top turnbuckle. Oh my God, he got him over! The superplex!
Joe Doering was fighting him all the way, and now looking to load up that C4 spike.
Oh, and there's Diener trying to get involved.
A little distraction from Diener, and now another crossbody, sending Diener to the floor.
Trying to dispatch Diener. Now goes up top. Eyes on the monster. Oh, caught. Oh, and dumped. Another elbow. Here's the cover to win the title in a kick out.
Alexander fighting a battle on two fronts here, as I think we always knew it would be.
Now Doering has got to figure out how he takes advantage of this window of opportunity.
The twisted eyes of Joe Doering, looking maybe for a powerbomb or something, but Alexander twisting out.
Oh, could have been thinking about the Revolution bomb that made him famous in Japan.
We're looking for that German suplex again. And this is what Alexander's going to have to rely on. The wrestling ability. Right there, another one looking to chain these again. But it's a lot of mass. It's a mass of humanity. He's got to move around there as he goes again. That's two.
Holding on to the monster. Another German.
Alexander gets the hat trick and is now starting to build some much-needed momentum.
On Alexander, he went for the boot there. Oh, and a clubbing blow to the back of the head by Doering.
And this is nuts. Alexander just leveled 3 German suplexes in a row on Joe Doering. Joe Doering gets to his feet, one clubbing blow, and down goes Alexander.
Now up onto the shoulders. Dropping Alexander, the DVD. He's thinking about the lariat, the chain of sorrow. Oh, and this is blocked.
Holding on to Josh Alexander. Oh!
Alexander, he got a piece of Doering.
But was it enough as Doering builds down the ledge? There's that crossbody!
Like a bullet train and kick out by Alexander.
And great positioning, fell right into that cover, but it wasn't quite enough. Take a look here. Boom! That flying crossbody at full speed.
There's the DVD, standing DVD. There it is, the lariat, the chain of sorrow by Doering.
Turning the world champion inside out, folding like a piece of paper. Could this be a new champion?
Into the cover to win the title. Alexander gets the shoulder up in time.
Joe Doering, look into his eyes. He wants to put this one away.
All the elements of Doering's arsenal that made him unstoppable in Japan coming into play here in this matchup. Now thinking about the Revolution Bomb. Oh, Alexander, he goes back to the legs.
Back to the ankle lock.
There it is.
Trying to chop the tree down. Trying to rip it up one branch at a time.
Is Doering going to submit?
Doering has never submitted in Impact Wrestling, never been pinned or submitted.
And now grapevining the leg.
Putting his weight onto that leg of Joe Doering, who now has to pull the weight of two men if he wants to get to the rope.
All right, now look at this, kicks right to the lower of the back here by Alexander.
Whoa, whoa,
oh my God, Doering is standing up out of the ankle lock.
What incredible strength from Doering. Literally just stands his way out of the ankle lock because nobody's been able to do that before.
Lariat, cover to win the title, and Alexander's still in it.
That clubbing lariat nearly knocking Josh Alexander out cold. My mind is blown. Everybody you see desperately crawls for the ropes, tries to get out of the ankle lock in some fashion. Joe Doering just stood up and said, nope, I'm done.
And once again, Doering wants the power bomb. Going for a third attempt. Wanted the Revolution Bomb again, but Alexander keeps slipping down the back. Oh!
And that drop kick right to the ankle one more time. Keep trying to soften that up. Keep the big man off his feet, keep him less mobile. Because once you get Joe Doering standing tall, it's hard to bring him down. And he's back to his feet once again.
Oh, and just a standing lariat. This has got to be longer than any match Doering has had ever here in Impact.
And he is unleashing an unreal amount of punishment on the world champion in doing so.
And listen, Alexander is doing his damage to the monster of Violent by Design. It's evident, but still, Doering keeps coming. Oh my God, went for another lariat there. Alexander blocking this.
Doering is like the monster in your worst nightmare. It just doesn't stop coming. And Josh Alexander is living that nightmare right now.
Just battering Alexander in the corner. The champion has to get out of dodge. And again takes Doering off his feet.
He needs to laser focus on that ankle. He needs to stay like a hound dog on that ankle if he wants to put him away. He's looking for that C4 spike right now, though.
Trying to take away the base. C4 spike! C4 spike! Alexander puts down the monster!
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, and still Impact World Champion, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
Alexander did what he had to do to take away the base of Joe Doering and snap the undefeated streak of Violent by Design's monster here in Impact Wrestling.
Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1, representing Violent by Design, and accompanied to the ring by Eric Young, Diener, and Joe Doering.
D'Lo Brown, what I found most interesting was the interaction between James Storm, Chris Sabin, and that man, EY, Eric Young. Those three men have built this company on a night where titles will be unified. A night where everyone's going to point to it and say, on this day, in this year, it's interesting how Eric Young has departed so much from a group that he once loved so much.
Yeah. Eric Young is not the person he used to be. He's a changed man. He's more violent. He is more calculating. He's more controlling. He's not the man he once was, but some would say, including himself, he's better than he used to be.
Perhaps being the best man he can become and being the best men soldiers, and he can make Diener and Joe Doering.
Well, you can see that Eric is molding Diener and Joe Doering into what he wants them to be. They're versions of Eric Young, and he's controlling them like the puppet master he is.
Many personalities and manifestations of EY.
Damn luck.
Their opponents from Leapers Fork, Tennessee, the Cowboy, Jim Storm.
There, guys, that just aren't that complicated. What you see is what you get every day of the week, and that is James Storm.
James Storm has never seen a fight he was afraid of. He'll punch you in the mouth at the bar, at the grocery store, and if he gets you in a ring, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
And accompanied by Jake Something from Detroit, Michigan, Chris Sabin.
So having Jake Something come out with Chris Sabin, it says a lot about where Storm and Sabin's minds are, because Jake Something looks across the ring at Violent by Design. He sees family, right? He sees Diener, that's his cousin. And he sees a group that try to recruit him, and Jake didn't want to go that way. And I think Sabin and Storm represent the good in this whole thing.
Well, he sees a group that tried to recruit him, and then a group that tried to take him out.
Yeah, just like they did to Rhino, and I think Jake Something realized that if they're willing to go that far, who knows what they might ask of Jake Something, and I don't think that he wanted to be a part of it.
No, and I think Jake Something's there here tonight to be the equalizer. Keep an eye on EY and make sure this goes straight down the middle.
Here we go. For Brian Hebner, the referee, who's going to start here? Diener and Chris Sabin. Nice. Now, in a different world, I would say I'd expect some great mat wrestling and some good technique. I mean, Diener at one time, it was Cody Diener, was great, but this Diener's different. He's dirtier.
Yeah, no, he will take any kind of shortcut. Before, Diener would try to out-wrestle you. He would try to be a mat technician. Now, he will take any shortcut in the world, and that's because of Eric Young influence.
I guess a rusty screwdriver stabs just the same as a beautiful new knife. Nice arm trap there by Diener. Positioning the hand, bending the wrist. Joint manipulation, smart.
But see, that's that little subtle thing right there, that bending of the wrist down. That's something Diener wouldn't have done 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Now he's adding that little extra added insult to injury.
Sabin trying to alleviate the pressure, does it. Nice arm drag, up again, another deep arm drag there. Sabin catching a third one here. Diener's gonna have to make an adjustment.
You know, right now, Diener's definitely got to make an adjustment. He's looking across the ring right now. He's looking at Sabin. Now he's going to EY for a little advice.
Or did EY pull him in? You know, that's what we've been talking about. It sounds silly, but it's whose thoughts are in his mind. Like, do you become dependent on EY now when you used to have independent thought?
Well, it seems like EY is the one doing all the thinking. And now the power of the team comes in.
I don't like this mismatch at all.
Big Joe Doering is just a hoss.
Well, not about the size also. Don't discount Joe's tag team experience. I mean, he's a former All Japan tag champ with guys like Kaiji Muto and Sawama, who's the current Triple Crown champion at All Japan. So, I mean, Doering's pedigree is amazing.
Yeah, no, Doering is no stranger to being in big-time matches in singles and in tags, so... Ooh. But Sabin's using that quickness to his advantage.
Yeah, Sabin has been in the ring with big men before. He's going to have to try to wear down the base, but you can see how low Joe Doering squats. He's basically absorbing all of Sabin's weight.
Yeah, Sabin tried to make Doering carry his weight, and it just backfired. Doering just said, I'm having none of it.
You talked about James Storm's grit at the top of the match. He's going to need it here against Big Joe Doering.
Joe Doering doesn't care about grit or anything. He'll just take your head off with a double clothesline like that.
Now Doering manhandling James Storm, tag back into Diener. I have to believe that that is EY by design. That has to be part of the pre-match instructions.
Yeah, to me it feels like the game plan is Doering going there, heavy hitter, heavy hitter, heavy hitter. Now let's go in and wear him down with Diener. Wear him down a little bit, Diener. And if Diener gets in trouble, watch how quickly he will go for that tag.
Interesting point, James Storm. Big right hands and takes control of the match, sends Diener in. Diener up with a boot, looks over at Doering, then takes a step out and gets caught with an overhead belly to belly.
Nice move by James Storm. You know, I told you he can fight, but he can flat out wrestle too.
Absolutely, double back elbow there by two of the very best tag team wrestlers in the world, James Storm and Chris Sabin. Sabin in for a cover, referee down, not enough.
And look at their Diener's reaching for that tag right now. He wants to get Big Doering back in there.
So we're seeing the strategy play out here. Float over, cover, and looking forward to the tag title match. You look at a team like the Good Brothers, they have a big guy, Big LG, against FinJuice. Do you think some of this match can kind of bleed in to the next one?
It's got to, because it's a similar strategy. You got your big heavy hitter in the Big LG, and then you got your tactician and your mat guy in Carl Anderson. So it's a very similar technique and a very similar style going in both these matches.
It really informs the fact that if we watch our peers, as well as watching those that came before and enjoying those that are coming after us, it can show you a thing or two that you might not have seen before. Cover here.
Great tag work. You can see how well they're working together, Storm and Sabin. And now Storm doing the smart thing, putting that weight on that reverse chin lock there, keeping all the weight on Diener.
And we pointed it out. You know, look at where Storm positions his body. Look at what Diener has to look at. He has to look into the eyes of Jake something. He has to look into the eyes of family. So somewhere in the moment, as you're being beaten up, you have to think, man, what am I doing with my life?
And Storm going out. Wait, skin the cat. Look at this.
Oh, gosh. Some places they eat cat.
Yeah. And Joe Doering said, you can do all that fancy stuff. I'm just going to take your head off with a clothesline.
And again, the window opens up for Diener to be more of what it feels like EY wants him to be.
Yeah, I mean, it goes in their name. They're violent by design. EY is designing them to be violent. He's building them to be more treacherous.
When we talk about it, you think about like what they did to Rhino, what they try to do to Jake, and what they continue to do to everyone on the roster. And it does become concerning after a while, right?
Yeah, I mean, because you know this team will do anything EY tells them to do, and that's dangerous.
Cover on James Storm, no pressure on the chest.
But that, I don't think that was meant to beat him. That was meant to get James Storm to wear him down and make him exert that energy kicking out.
It's amazing the influence that EY has. It's just amazing influence anyone has over anyone. Think about some of the things that we do. What was I doing? But EY has this influence over people.
Yeah, EY is controlling them, and literally it's mind control. It feels like EY is in their heads, telling them what to do just by telepathy.
Well, I have heard of a NLP. It's like using persuasive language to get people to do what you want.
You can hear James Storm struggling for breath. That forearm from Diener went right across the throat, right across the larynx. That is dangerous. That is a dangerous move.
So there's a difference, right? Getting into wrestling, to wrestle, to compete, to be a champion, to live well, or to get in there and say, well, yeah, I can hurt people, and technically you can't arrest me for assault. You got to be careful of those kind of guys.
Oh, yeah, and Diener's become that kind of guy. He used to want to wrestle just to go out there and beat you. Now he's out there to hurt you and beat you. James Storm's in a lot of hurt right here. You can see he is struggling, physically struggling.
You see Doering is picking Storm up by the hairs of the beard and like underneath like the neck.
You know, and that's another thing. That's just not meant to hurt you in terms of beating you. That's just meant to just bother you and inflict damage and pain. Gosh,
is that what Diener goes through? Off the ropes for momentum. Storm was back up to his feet. Groggy, stumbling.
You can see Storm doesn't know where he's at right now. He has no clue where he is in the ring.
Yeah, if he would have went to make a tag, he would have avoided the kick to the gut, and now Diener may make him pay, but Storm still has some strength left, sends it in, Diener holds on, Storm up and over, onto the floor.
Storm just pulls Diener right out. Fortunately for Diener, he landed on his feet. Storm trying to make that tag, that was smart.
Tag made, here comes Sabin.
And watch the speed level pick up. Sabin is going to run 1,000 miles an hour right now.
That was smart of him to take out one of the wheels of Big Joe Doering. Now Sabin can get going here, keeping Diener close. Has Diener's momentum timed perfectly. Fireman's carry, Sabin up, Diener swims through. You saw Sabin shift his momentum, so smart.
Look at Sabin. He is going. He's going with these kicks.
No, don't ever sleep on how good Chris Sabin is.
No, Sabin is one of the best in the world. Drop kick from the top. If he gets this cover, this could be it.
Sabin taking a moment of glory there, looking deep into all our eyes, so it seems, and Joe Doering had his eyes fixed. James Storm, though, is watching and waiting as well.
There's the
Great
assist
tag
there.
team.
There's the assist there because Doering had just caught Sabin just out of nowhere, and Storm came with the drop kick. What do we got going on here?
Fisherman's elbow.
Here's the
That's
cover.
Perfectly Savage. Does it work? 2. No.
Wow. Nice elbow up the top there by James Storm. And Eric Young is visibly upset.
Oh my gosh, you see he's internalizing. He's like that guy that mumbles to himself on the corner.
Yeah, but is that way of internalizing it? Is he telling them how pissed off he is at them right there? Now, look at this Doering. Big forearm.
Doering takes out Storm so that Doering is now the guy that can dictate where the strength lies. Storm at least could match with Doering in that department. Sabin has to come up with something here.
Yeah, I see those kicks very little register. Oh, running cross body, whoa! And Diener's up to the top.
Can he reach? Nails him. I thought they got him.
Wow, that was close. That was close.
Finish him.
So wait, what does that say about Diener's headbutt? What does that say about Sabin's fighting spirit? There's a lot of questions there.
But one thing it does say is right now, EY is telling him to finish him.
The Enziguri fells Diener. Sabin pulling him away from the ropes, but not far enough. Look what EY, look what he does.
Oh, look, going at it on the floor. EY and something are going at it on the floor.
Maybe Jake something can cut off the head of the snake.
Oh, Brian Hebner got ran right into. That was accidental.
Was it, or was it by design?
Ha, good question.
Sabin loading up Diener for the cradle shot. EY takes matters into his own hands.
He sent over the pile driver, but
No.
something said no. EY!
Odds are even now. It goes back to the wrestling. So fitting on this night. Diener, Sabin, both down.
This is the turning point in this match. Both men down. Doering still taking advantage of Storm. Something takes itself out. Wow! Jumping neckbreaker on the floor.
Momentum is shifting. Here we go. Still, both wrestlers on their backs. EY, Joe Doering, Violent by Design, pulling themselves into the picture.
Oh my goodness, Rhino's back! Rhino is back!
You haven't seen Rhino since he was injured at the hands of Violent by Design.
What the hell? Rhino just scored Sabin! Rhino just scored his friend! He just scored Sabin! What the hell did I just see?
Here are your winners, Violent by Design.
Hang on, this doesn't make any sense to me. Rhino's best friend, Heath, was taken out by Violent by Design. Rhino himself was taken out by Violent by Design. How could Eric Young have possibly manipulated Rhino into this?
Striker, I am so damn disgusted. I cannot believe Rhino would stoop so low as to align himself with Violent by Design. Disgusting.
Come in ahead of... Whoa.
Striker, what? Violent by Design doing out here?
I don't know, folks, you'll pardon me. It's not on any of our production formats or anything. Keep the cameras rolling here. It's Violent by Design. Uninvited.
Now circling the ring right now. Violent by Design basically ignoring FinJuice at this point.
Oh no, EY's keeping an eye on them. I mean, with Against All Odds coming up, we talked about how everyone in the locker room is on edge, and perhaps Eric Young has a message.
Whoa. Oh! They called their shot! Oh, FinJuice doesn't know anything about Call Your Shot trophy. We're not used to this.
The Call Your Shot trophy gives Rhino a championship opportunity at any time. Most people thought that he was going to wait for his friend Heath to return, but it looks like Rhino and Joe Doering.
Oh my goodness, Violent by Design is calling their shot right now.
Rhino and Joe Doering calling their shot. The Impact Tag Team titles are the call. Let's see, FinJuice are going to answer the call.
And FinJuice is, I mean, first of all, they got to get their wherewithal. No! What a crossbody. FinJuice they've just gone through 15 minutes of hell to lead to this. Score!
Rhino has such a legacy. Joe Doering, one of the most decorated tag team wrestlers in all of Japan and around the world, as well as a singles monster!
Good night, Irene!
They did it!
Here are your winners and new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design.
If you're looking for your moments, if you're looking for your time in history, you can look back and say, on this night, everything changed. Here it is.
Look into the eyes of Eric Young. Right there, the puppet master manipulating the situation perfectly. Cashing in his shot. Bringing the Impact titles to Violent by Design. What is in store for us now?
If your back's into the wall, if you are truly against all odds, you have no choice but to be Violent by Design.
The next match is set for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by and representing Violent by Design, Joe Doering.
Joe Doering has come to Impact Wrestling. He was a imposing figure, to say the least, for All Japan Pro Wrestling for years, D'Lo. You have known Joe Doering for quite some time. The legacy of Doering casts a very large shadow, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the very few Americans to hold the All Japan Championship, and he is one of the most imposing figures that have ever walked into a professional wrestling ring. I've been friends with him. I stood across the ring from him. There's no harder hitter in this business than Joe Doering.
Now later tonight, Violent by Design will defend their Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles against Decay. But where Doering goes, where Eric Young goes, so goes Violent by Design. So Rhino and Dean are out here right now. Doering was face-to-face with the man he will go one-on-one with here tonight, recently on Impact. A legend from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We have been waiting for this one for quite some time.
His opponent, accompanied to the ring by Eddie Edwards, representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kojima!
The legendary Kojima from New Japan Pro Wrestling. He came to the aid. Eddie Edwards came to Kojima's aid on Impact. Kojima then would return the favor, D'Lo. These guys have also known each other, built a mutual respect for one another, and now Eddie Edwards is helping Kojima even the numbers against Violent by Design.
And it's really good of Eddie Edwards to be out here with Kojima, lending that support, also to keep an eye on Violent by Design, to allowing Kojima to go one-on-one with Doering. And people, I can tell you, sit back, watch. This is going to be a hard-hitting match.
Ladies and gentlemen, after Against All Odds goes Off the air, do yourself a favor and look up Kojima. Look what he's done. The first man to hold the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and All Japan's Triple Crown Championship at the same time. An absolute legend is Kojima, and Joe Doering coming over to Impact, aligning himself with Violent by Design. He's been nothing but violent since coming here, D-Lo.
Yeah, no, and right there, Doering was trying to go for the early advantage, that overhead club, and Kojima luckily got out of the way, keeping this even.
And you've been in the ring with both of these men.
Yes.
Heavy hitters, yes?
Both heavy hitters, hit like a Louisville Slugger. I mean, both of them. Kojima with those chops and that clothesline, and Doering just with everything he throws at you. It's a thud every time you get hit.
A little bit more on Kojima. He's a two-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion for New Japan Pro Wrestling, 7-time IWGP Tag Team Champion, 2-time never openweight 6-man Tag Team Champion. All he's done is won gold in his career, and that was a massive takedown.
And Kojima, and Doering came right back with the running tackle to fell, shoot Kojima down. You know, Kojima is an absolute legend. I mean, you list his accolades, but the amount of respect that he has.
Oh, cover.
The amount of respect he has in Japan and around the world is matched by very few.
Joe Doering, All Japan Pro Wrestling, Triple Crown Heavyweight Champion twice, World Tag Team Champion 4 times. These guys have quite the resumes, and they're going one-on-one here in 2021 on Impact Wrestling's Against All Odds. Just a great night, a feel-good moment for everybody, and all that being said, D-Lo, these guys don't care about that. They want the victory. They want the win.
Yeah, no, like I said, they know each other very well. Their history goes back a long, long way. So yes, they just want to get that win and get that one up on the other one. This is about pride. Oh, look at this. Doering just choking Kojima.
And a legal choke there by Doering to Kojima. Kojima and Eddie Edwards, again, mentioned that they met each other in Japan, developed a friendship based on mutual respect for one another. You know, it took Kojima quite a few years to actually get New Japan Pro Wrestling to train him, to allow him in the dojo. He was doing work, and then they said, okay, we'll train you, we'll let you, and this is, 25, 30 years ago, but they gave him an opportunity.
Well, he capitalized on his opportunity. And you can see what he is. He's he's Japanese wrestling royalty. And that's from a kid who they didn't want to train at first. I'm thinking they're happy they made the decision to let him come in and train.
I'd say so. Doering has to break this hold. You see Diener clutching onto the tag team titles. Will he hold on to that belt by the end of tonight when Decay challenges Violent by Design? Great time for all of us here in Impact Wrestling. Mentioned Slammiversary selling out in minutes with just a couple of opportunities left to join us on July 17th with the contest happening right now. Sorry, D, the contest happening right now. The Impact Superfan, hashtag Impact Superfan. Let us know why you should receive VIP treatment at Slammiversary. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Dean.
It's okay. I was just going to say, I can't wait to be out there in front of the Impact audience again. The Impact Zone is going to be alive with fans, and I know the guys and the girls in the back going to appreciate it. You and I are going to be jacked to high heaven being out there calling it, so I can't wait.
Well, I do plan on giving Matt Stryker the headset back at some point, but
three-man booth, three-man booth, let's go.
Nobody likes a three-man booth. Oh! Kojima sent hard to the buckle, and here comes Doering just taking his time.
And this is the pace that Doering wants. He wants a slow, methodical pace where he can just systematically try to dissect Kojima.
There's a cover! And a kick out by Kojima.
And you can see Kojima's got a little fight left in him. That was a good kick out on 2. And Doering is probably just reevaluating right now what more he needs to do.
With Eddie Edwards out here, does that prevent Violent by Design from getting involved, or do they not care?
I don't think they care, but I definitely think they're keeping an eye on Eddie. I know Eddie's keeping an eye on them.
Kojima gets the boot up, puts a little space between himself and Doering, spins out of that, and watch out, folks.
Here come the machine gun chops.
lesson in chops, folks.
And Kojima's got hard hands. You can see Doering's chest is beat red already.
And here comes Kojima with Joe Doering down. Kojima going up top.
Oh, for the heavy elbow.
Yes,
heavy
sir.
elbow.
Driven into the chest of Doering. There's a cover, hooks the leg, shoulders down, and a near fall.
And just a little lesson here. Kojima drops his elbow backwards, inflicting more damage on the midsection of his opponent, trying to knock the wind completely out of you.
Both men back up now, and look at this. Big shots by Kojima. Roaring elbow.
Oh, spine buster! And this match has come to a snail's pace. It's a dead stop. It is even. Both men are down right now.
And now on the outside, there's Eddie Edwards keeping a close eye on Kojima. Doering is going to make his way over, and again, this is the presence that Eddie Edwards brings to this match because VBD are not circling like sharks.
Yeah, it's great for Kojima to have Eddie Edwards out there. That's eyes in the back of Kojima's head.
It also allows Kojima not to worry about the likes of Eric Young and Diener and Rhino. He's got enough to deal with Doering.
Yeah, looking straight at Doering is intimidating enough.
Big shot there by Joe Doering. Doering's gonna break this count up, and there's Kojima.
That's Kojima's clothesline right to the back, and what is Rhino doing?
Unbeknownst to the official, who's tied up with Doering, and Rhino gets reversed into the steel post.
Now Kojima's back in. Can he take advantage of this?
Here we go, DDT.
Got a cover
There's
here.
the cover. He got him. Shoulders down, hands are locked. And Doering powers out at 2.
And you can feel momentum shift a bit right now. Kojima's on a bit of a roll.
Kojima looking to put away Doering once and for all. Brainbuster perhaps, one of the signature moves of Kojima. Doering knows it's coming.
It's hard to get that big man over like that.
Oh. Waist lock counter, Doering off the rope, stucks the line, back the other way.
Oh!
Cross body, what a collision. Shoulders down, and Doering nearly got him.
Hell, that took the wind out of me.
That was a high-speed collision.
That was like a damn train wreck at 200 miles an hour.
And now Doering looking to put away Kojima, looking for the power bomb here. Kojima fights free, lands on his feet. Big
clothesline the back.
Second clothesline from Kojima. His Twitter handle is Cozy Lariat.
Koji cutter right there.
That's going to do
the
it,
setup.
Eric Young's eyes are wide.
This is Kojima's setup. He's going for the big line.
Off the ropes. Doering counters.
Oh, Death Valley. I've seen this combo before. Watch the clothesline from hell.
Oh! Joe Doering with the cover. And Doering with no.
Kojima showing a lot by kicking out right there. Oh, but Doering is setting up.
Doering.
Oh, no.
Spinning. Powerbomb. Sits out. Shoulders down. And Doering got him. Doering got him.
That's a big win.
Here is your winner, Joe Doering.
A massive win for Joe Doering and Violent by Design. D'Lo, you're not going to see a much more physical battle than we witnessed here tonight.
No, not at all. And that win is going to send shockwaves around the world, all the way to Japan. Look at this, just these machine gun chops there by Kojima. And the heavy elbow right in the midsection.
But then Joe Doering was able to turn things around.
That's a heavy spine buster there, but right there, Koji with the DDT, and you felt all momentum was headed back towards Kojima. But Joe Doering counters it with the Death Valley, followed up with the clothesline, leading to this, the twisting powerbomb, and Doering gets an impressive 1, 2, 3.
So Violent by Designs, Joe Doering picks up the win here tonight Will that transpire into a Violent by Design victory against Decay with the World Tag Team titles on the line later tonight here at Against All Odds? Take nothing away from what the legendary Kojima did here tonight, D'Lo. He was seconds away from a victory at any given moment.
Yeah, this match should have gone either way. It was 50-50 for the majority of the match, and it just takes one slip-up, one counter, and it takes 3 seconds for even a legend to go down.
So Violent by Design will head back to the locker room, and they will get ready for their challenge here tonight and Against All Odds. And Joe Doering, he may start celebrating a little early after defeating Kojima in a very physical matchup that was violent, for sure, by design.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Impact Wrestling main event. It is for the Impact World Tag Team Championship, scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, challenger number 1 from Boston, Massachusetts, Eddie Edwards.
Many people call him the heartbeat of Impact Wrestling, the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. Former world champion, 5-time tag team champion. Does Eddie Edwards and the New Japan Pro Wrestling legend Kojima win tag team gold tonight? Is Eddie a 6-time champion when this show goes off the air?
His tag team partner representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kojima.
Eddie and Kojima bonded while Eddie was over in Japan doing his training at the dojos while Kojima was winning championships. Multiple-time IWGP heavyweight champion. 7 times, D'Lo, he's won the IWGP tag team titles. And now this is an all-star team. Eddie Edwards and Kojima coming together.
And don't forget, he's the only man to hold the All Japan Triple Crown Championship and the New Japan IWGP Championship simultaneously. This is Japanese royalty right here. Of course, this is a dream team.
Bona fide legend.
Their opponents are the defending Impact World Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design.
And ladies and gentlemen, we got here because Kojima defeated Rhino last week in singles competition. That's what earned Kojima and Eddie this tag team championship match here tonight. Kojima burst onto the scene in Impact Wrestling, went face to face with his old rival in Japan, Joe Doering, and said 3 words: against all odds. That got the ball rolling, and now here we sit tonight, looking to see who will leave Impact as World Tag Team Champions.
So Josh, in the beginning we laid out all the accolades for Eddie Edwards and Kojima. Violent by Design looks at the ring, you know what they think of all those accolades? Not a damn thing. What they're thinking, they're gonna go in there, they're gonna destroy, and they're gonna fight, and they're gonna punish, and it's all gonna be by design.
Certainly is Violent by Design. That's what Eric Young has been building since coming back to Impact Wrestling. This group of athletes, this group of destroyers. Rhino, former world champion. Joe Doering, champion in Japan. Diener, who was trained by Eric Young years ago, and Diener has shown a dark side. They've got the World Tag Team titles now. So Violent by Design have been building, taking, and monopolizing Impact for weeks.
You see, the team today consists of Joe Doering and Diener. Violent by Design uses the Freebird rules, which means they can choose any combination of the 3 to defend those tag titles.
You like the combination of Doering and Diener tonight?
I like it a lot because it brings in power and speed. I like that combination a lot.
And Doering started things out, but he quickly tags in Diener with Eddie Edwards. Eddie, as I mentioned, world champion, tag team champion, X Division champion, and now here comes Kojima for the first time in this matchup, and the Japanese legend going to work here on Diener.
And Kojima is controlling narrative right here. This is a good situation for Kojima to be in.
Shoulder tackle there by Kojima. He's in control right now. Smile on his face. Will the challengers become champions tonight? Find out as Impact rolls on. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling on Access TV. This is our main event for the Impact World Tag Team titles. It's Eddie Edwards and Kojima taking on Violent by Design. Eddie and Dean are in the ring right now, and as we say that, the tag is made to Kojima.
And throughout the break, there have been a lot of quick tags there. Kojima and Eddie are working very well together, and they're using their Japanese history together to make magic in the ring.
Instant chemistry from Eddie and Kojima here on Impact. Big slam by Kojima. He goes off the ropes and catches caught a boot there from Doering.
It didn't seem to phase it. Kojima, but that atomic drop did. It's Rock Kojima, look at that.
Was that boot there to distract Kojima to allow Diener to take advantage?
Absolutely, just open up a slight window of opportunity, and it's Wrestling 101, distract and attack.
Diener's like a rabid Wolverine in the ring. He just goes after you non-stop, doesn't he?
Just keeps going like a buzzsaw. But now, here is the power of the team in Doering. And he's going to try to use every ounce of power he has.
Doering will look to slow everything down when he has the opportunity, when he has the ability, as he drives the elbow into the chest, and there's a cover and a kick out.
Yeah. Joe Doering goes by the motto, I don't have to be fast, I just have to be effective.
Remember when Doering defeated Kojima on Impact with the Revolution Bomb?
Yeah, Kojima some 8-9 feet in the air, spinning 360, they're coming down on his back. The Revolution Bomb is a devastating move.
And here comes Diener again, and he is just all over Kojima in the corner. Rapid strikes from Diener. It's like a bandit in there, like a banshee almost.
Yeah, he's going right to the 4.5 count. He knows the rules, and he's going to stretch him as far as he can.
And Eric Young has really turned around the career of Diener. He's changed his mindset completely.
Yeah, Diener's a different individual than he was several months ago, and that's all because of Eric Young.
Violent by Design firmly in control right now. They became tag team champions when Rhino used the Call Your Shot trophy, turned that into world tag team titles for Violent by Design. And look at Doering. Look at the size of this man.
Look, he is just controlling head. He's like a big grizzly bear. Look at those paws on Kojima. Kojima's in trouble.
Now Kojima's starting to fade, and he's now down.
And you want to see her as long as you can if you're Joe Doering. You want to make Kojima carry both your body's weights, his and yours, and just wear Kojima down.
Kojima fading. He's still reaching.
Kojima's got to do something right now. He's going to go night-night. Oh, look at Doering switch it up. Oh, now look at that. See how he stepped over that leg, put it over his arm? That's for leverage.
And now Kojima's giving up his back, and look at Joe Doering. This all started with both these men on their feet, Nilo.
Look. Kojima just literally getting his head pushed into the mat.
This way.
Kojima, I believe, he's in the wrong corner. He's not sure where he is in the ring. He's disoriented thanks to Doering.
Yeah, he's a little locked, a little loopy right now. Oh, Kojima's going, no. Can he?
This is surprising that Kojima's got enough left to not allow Joe Doering to go for this suplex, perhaps a delayed vertical.
You can see Kojima's lowering his hips a little bit, shifting leverage. Oh, he can't get it, he got him! Nice! Kojima's got a tag. He's got a tag.
He rolled towards the ring inside.
He doesn't know where he's at right now. He's completely out of his.
And now Kojima's starting it. That is going to. Here we go. Turning towards Eddie.
He look. Did he get it?
There we go.
Got it.
Eddie's in. Diener's in. And Eddie Edwards is all over Diener.
And Eddie's coming in a house of fire, right? A knife edge chop. Here we go.
Baseball slide by Eddie.
Oh.
Diener with a big boot. Both men off the ropes. ropes, and Eddie catches Diener. And
Here it
now
comes.
Blue Thunder Bomb in the center
yeah.
of the ring. Shoulders down, new tag team champions, and a kick out at 2.
I thought he was going to get him there. That Blue Thunder Bomb is usually very effective.
Eddie gonna look for a Boston knee party, perhaps.
Everything Eddie does is setting up the knee party. So yeah, eventually he's gonna go for it when he feels the situation. Oh, come on!
Perhaps, or a Tiger Driver. Doering put a stop to that. Now Doering and Diener.
Oh, look, here's double team. They're setting Eddie up.
Off the
Eddie
ropes, Eddie
holds.
hooks the top rope, realizes what's going on here, sidesteps
Diener
Diener.
out.
Here comes Doering.
Oh,
And
Kojima!
Kojima takes out Doering.
Look at this. Eddie and Kojima holding the ring. Oh, double dive! Look at that!
Challengers are in control, folks. Can they keep it up? Impact continues right after this. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. This is our main event. We've taken our final commercial break. We're with you for the duration. It is Kojima and Eddie Edwards challenging Violent by Design and D'Lo before the break. Eddie and Kojima double dives, and they've been in control.
Yeah, they have put on a clinic in terms of taking control of this match and showing how to cut this ring in half, and now Eddie Edwards and Kojima have this match firmly in hand.
Will we crown new tag team champions 23 nights away from Slammiversary live on pay-per-view Saturday, July 17th. Don't forget, immediately following Impact tonight, it's Impact in 60. Tonight we focus on the best of Johnny Swinger.
Oh, Swingman, the Midnight Mayor. You going to the casino?
Sure am. What's Rhino doing? And Diener sidestepped Eddie Edwards. Here comes Doering with a shoulder tackle. That slight distraction from Rhino and Eric Young has turned this match around. Eddie got caught. Powerbomb out of the turnbuckle and a kick out at 2.
It just takes 1 second to distract your opponent, and the match goes 180 the other way.
And Diener can go to work and do what he does with Eddie Edwards. He's got Eddie down in a vulnerable position here.
Is he biting him? He's biting his hand!
This is what Diener does. He's disgusting. Oh!
Another tetanus shot or a rabies shot or something after that.
Both. And now Doering is legal. I said it earlier, I gotta say it again. He is such an imposing figure, is Joe Doering.
Oh, look at that. Fall away elbow, nice.
There's a
Come
couple.
see this man live and in person.
And a kick out.
He towers over everybody.
Folks, don't forget that midnight tonight is your deadline to get in your hashtag Impact Superfan videos on Twitter. If you want to attend Slammiversary, you and a guest could win tickets to one of the biggest nights of the year. Just go on Twitter when the show's over. You got a couple of hours left, folks. Get those submissions in right now.
Can I enter the contest?
Oh, you'll already be there.
Oh yeah, that's right. I get the best seat in the house. I'm loving it.
Perhaps one of the men in this match will have to submit a video. Perhaps the losing team will have to submit a video, because it's all about the tag team titles here tonight in our main event. Eddie off the ropes, and Diener caught Eddie Edwards. Eddie was reaching for a tag, and Diener shuts that down. This Diener just does not stop. There's a cover.
Perpetual motion. He keeps going forward, forward, and forward. This is not the Diener we've seen in the past. This is a new man. This is a new guy, and it's all because of Eric Young. He does not stop.
Eddie Edwards in the corner. Eric Young saying stay on him. Eric and Eddie know each other very well.
Diener is just relentless.
Diener keeping Eddie in his side of the ring, cutting the ring in half. This is Tag Team Wrestling 101, right, D'Lo?
Absolutely right. When you hear cutting the ring in half, if you draw a line from one turnbuckle to the other, you make 2 triangles. You want to keep your opponent into your triangle close to your corner, and that's cutting the ring in half. It is making it difficult for him to tag because he's the furthest away
If
from
you
his
keep him
partner.
in that invisible triangle, there's no way that Eddie could ever make a tag to Kojima. And you can see Doering, he delivers that big boot. He puts himself between Eddie and Kojima, It's like playing basketball, putting yourself between the man and the basket. It's such a difficult thing to do, to move someone the size of Doering, and then he takes Kojima off the apron.
Yeah, this is textbook tag team wrestling right here. Well-executed game plan from Doering and Diener.
And if they keep this up, Violent by Design will retain the World Tag Team titles here tonight without issue.
Just look at Diener, is relentless. He's setting up for a suplex or something here. Whoop, we're gonna end, oh no, Eddie floats over.
Eddie caught him. Eddie Edwards with a nice suplex of his own.
Can Eddie make that tag? He's on the right side of the ring now, he's gotta make that tag.
Let's see which direction Eddie goes in. He is opting, it looks like, to make the tag to Kojima, to inch his body towards that direction after the beating that Eddie has taken in this matchup. Diener reaching as well for Doering. Doering's got a longer reach than anybody. Diener opts to play defense. Will that plan work out? Eddie closing in now and makes the tag.
There it is, here comes Kojima. Watch this.
Oh. Shoulder tackle, takes down Doering. Takes down Diener.
Nice forearm there, nice back elbow.
Back elbow, and now Kojima's got something going. Diener set for the ride reversal in the center of the ring. Back and forth they go. Kojima catches Diener.
Kojima's fired up now.
This is our main event, ladies and gentlemen, for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles.
Machine gun chops, here we go.
And Doering, this is the second time that Doering has just gotten into the ring during this match, in front of the official, and watched it break down.
Look at Eddie. We got dueling chops. We got dueling chops. Look at this. I love it.
Incredible action. And the challengers are vibing right now.
If this continues, we're gonna have new World Tag Team champions soon, any moment now.
Once Eddie made that tag to Kojima, and here we go, top rope Hurricane Rana.
And Kojima's going to
drop the elbow.
He's going for the elbow. Here it is.
Bam.
We got new champs.
There it is.
Cover.
There
We got
it
new
is.
champs.
Go for the cover. New champions here tonight. And Diener kicks out.
Oh my, Diener showed me something there.
You know, Dino, I had one eye on Diener and one eye on Eric Young, and somehow Diener kicked out. I thought Eric Young was going to get involved.
Man, it's a leverage thing. He just didn't get the right cover on.
And now Diener off the ropes. Neckbreaker there by Diener. Thought Diener would go for a cover on his own, but he did not. He went to the corner.
He's going for the kill shot right now. Look, you can see him lining something up.
Diener goes off the second with a headbutt.
Nobody's home.
Nobody there.
If Kojima can make this tag to Eddie.
Here we go.
Follow Eddie Edwards, ladies and gentlemen.
The former world champion. Eddie Edwards, here we go. Diener catches him with a boot. Oh, Eddie follows up. Backpack stunner coming.
Here it comes.
Here we go. Backpack stunner. No, and Doering, this is the third time, folks, that Doering has just gotten inside the ring.
Wow. What a crossbody. And Diener up to the top. He's going to come
Diener
up.
deliver. This time the headbutt connects.
Cover.
There's a cover. Shoulders down. And
No.
no. Eddie kicked out.
Eddie Edwards will not die. Wow, he will not go down without a fight.
Eddie kicked down. You heard Eddie say Koji. He's asking for Kojima. Where is he?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know how much the World Tag Team titles mean, look how these men are fighting right now.
Doering's got Eddie Edwards up and just takes him down.
Oh, clothesline's coming.
Eddie ducks. Kojima now in there. He's seen enough of Doering's nonsense.
Oh,
Schoolboy. New champs. And Doering powered out.
I thought that was it.
Somehow, someway, Doering powered out. Eddie and Kojima continue to operate, though. Doering breaks it down, and a double clothesline.
Do you think he just cut right through that double clothesline and delivered one of his own?
Incredible. Revolution bomb coming. Doering says that's it.
Oh no, Eddie fights.
Tries to fight free.
Rana.
Doering is rocked. Eddie catches him.
Koji cutter.
There's Diener. He's down.
And you see Eddie setting up a knee party. Eddie setting up the knee party.
It. New tag team champs coming. Here comes the knee.
Oh, no.
Doering catches him.
The Revolution bomb down.
And Violent by Design retain their tag team titles.
Here are your winners, and still Impact World Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design.
Joe Doering's Revolution Bomb allows Violent by Design to retain here tonight. Eric Young's always got a plan. And D'Lo, one more look at this. There's the knee party counter.
Look at that Eddie, Joe Doering with the strength, catches Eddie Edwards is coming in. Revolution bomb, 360 down on his back, and that's all she wrote.
And as a result, Violent by Design retain their tag team titles here tonight. 23 nights away from Slammiversary on July the 17th. Eric Young is building an army to take over Impact Wrestling. What's gonna happen next week? Team Dreamer versus Team Callous in 7 nights. Now let the big boys play.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Impact Wrestling feature contest. It is set for one fall. Introducing first, represented and accompanied by Violent by Design, Joe Doering.
Tomorrow night at Emergence, Brian Myers will challenge Christian Cage. Jake Something will challenge Josh Alexander. And the Good Brothers will take on Rich and Willie and Violent by Design. Triple threat match. The tag team titles are in jeopardy, D'Lo.
Yes, they are, but right here, right now, tonight, it is not about what's happening tomorrow. It is about Joe Doering and Daddy Dangly, Big Doc Gallows.
Yes, let us talk about mighty Joe Doering, a man that has cut his teeth all around the world, starting down in WWC in those hardened rings in Puerto Rico, and then, of course, making his name for himself in All Japan Pro Wrestling.
His opponent, accompanied to the ring by Machine Gun Carl Anderson from Tokyo, Japan, one half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Big LG, Doc Gallows.
The entrepreneurial brother, Doc Gallows, a true businessman. He has his hands in everything from acting to libations to marketing, but his first love and his first goal is to be the best professional wrestler.
Striker, this is a classic example of the immovable object meeting the unstoppable force. This is Godzilla versus King Kong. Are you kidding me, Striker?
The Director of Chaos wipes his feet, steps between the ropes, and he is ready for a big hoss battle. There can only be one. Tonight, at 1 will emerge.
You know, literally this reminds me of King Kong versus Godzilla. Two of the biggest men in this industry going one-on-one, and there can only be one.
There have been so many great big man kind of allure. I think Don Leo Jonathan, Gorilla Monsoon, of course, Andre the Giant, Big John Studd, but these two are different.
Yeah, they're different. They're that new age big man. They're athletic, they're strong, they're fast. They're not just plodding dinosaurs. These two guys can go.
Looks like Doering has a slight height advantage.
And now these guys know each other from their days in Japan together, you know, so they're familiar with each other's style.
Working for rival companies, crossing paths here and there. Of course, Doc Gallows has established legendary status in Japan. I mean, he and his partner, Carl, just pinned Yuji Nagata at Resurgence. I mean, that's huge.
That's Japanese royalty, but you know what? To us, that may be a surprise. It's normal and commonplace for a guy like the Big LG.
Nothing normal, nothing commonplace about these two behemoths that continue to wage war when Impact Wrestling returns. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. The big LG Doc Gallows against Joe Doering ahead of the Triple Threat Tag Team title match tomorrow night at Emergence.
Yeah, and throughout the break, it has been back and forth. It is like an earthquake.
No.
It's literally like an earthquake, meta tsunami, meta typhoon, meta an avalanche. These two are just going at it.
It's so foreign for me to see Joe Doering on the mat, pulling himself up. Joe, a two-time Triple Crown champion, a four-time All Japan Pro Wrestling Tag Team champion. I mean, my God, such decorated athletes inside the Impact Wrestling.
Gallows has got Doering lined up. Oh, Doering got him. Oh, German, whoa!
Power dash from Mighty Joe. And now, Joe Doering has the space that he may need.
And that might be the moment that turns this entire match around. Do you see that power display?
Joe Doering, of course, his legendary rivalry with Suwama, who has held the most Triple Crown championships, the most reigns, and now Joe Doering has to put all of that aside and deal with what's in front of him right now.
Doering went for that clothesline, and Doc Gallows blocked it with the boot.
Careful.
Oh, there's shotgun forearm.
Gallows down to a knee.
And Doering is firmly in control right now. What is Doering planning here? Oh my, have you ever seen Doc Gallows' feet in the air like that? It's a vertical suplex.
Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. A huge suplex that took a lot out of Joe Doering, more out of Gallows, and now the big LG onto the floor looking for reprieve. Has to be careful though, VBD are out there.
You gotta think that kind of threw Doc Gallows for a loop. He's probably never been upside down like that many times in his life.
Kick doubles over the big man. Talking about Joe Doering, reeling now from the headbutt. Doering with a kick to the gut. And these two, they're used to having 20 counts out on the floor. It's only a 10 count here in Impact, but you can see our referee is being a little lax with the rules because he understands that everyone here in the Impact Zone and management needs to see this fight.
Our bell ringer table just got involved in the action there, and you see the big LG taking control, and these guys are going at it, and you're right. Bryden Hebner is being relaxed. He's letting him, the importance of this match can't be understated.
Absolutely, with what comes our way tomorrow night with the tag titles in a triple threat match. Again, the Good Brothers define themselves by being champions. If those titles aren't around their waist, the Good Brothers have no identity.
And right now the pace, you can say this pace favors both these individuals. This is where they both want to be, this methodical pace. They can control time and space.
Joe Doering holding his side and is met with a steel chair. Out on the outside, and again, referee Brian Hebner doing the yeoman's work here in this match.
That chair just came out of nowhere. And you see, Doc is taking his time right now. He's still kind of recovering. I'm betting that vertical suplex still taking out something out of him.
There's his partner, Carl Anderson, with words of encouragement. Both fighters roll under the bottom rope back into the ring. Under the watchful eyes of Violent by Design, led by Eric Young. FA.
Both men back up to a vertical base. Oh, goes for the big boot.
Doering has a head of steam. Both men collide, and Doering goes down, and Gallows goes to the floor.
It looked like they clashed heads when they hit.
Both wrestlers spilling out to the floor. Opposite ends of the Impact Zone here.
And you can hear the Impact faithful are fully behind, and Doc Gallows is losing a little control, throwing the ring bell. I think Doc's a little frustrated right now.
An angry fighter is a sloppy fighter.
But he's also a dangerous fighter.
He walks right into a heavy right hand by the monster Joe Doering. Oh, gets one in return.
Man, these two are just throwing some heavy shots.
On a night where we are still buzzing about Christian Cage being here in the Impact Zone, the crowd now starting to seemingly get behind the big LG.
Now, LG definitely is in control right now. And they've been brawling out here on the floor for some time. I don't know who this favors that's brawling out on the floor. I think it's for both men, in both men's favor.
These two trying to gain an advantage for their respective teams ahead of Emergence tomorrow night.
Oh, big forearm there.
And when you think of what it means, having Christian Cage defend the title against Brian Myers, having the Impact Tag Team titles somehow...
No! Oh my God! Oh my God! What the hell did I just see?
To what lengths will these men go? What sacrifice are they willing to endure to call themselves champions?
Let's see here, Striker. These two men, the stage just collapsed. Both men fall into an abyss. My goodness!
Under the weight of their sheer humanity, under the weight of both of their collective legacies, the Impact Zone has nearly been destroyed.
You see the look of shock and horror there on referee Brian Hebner. Look, I'm feeling the same way. I cannot believe what we're seeing.
Ahead of Emergence tomorrow night. What shape will these two be? And there's Dr. Ross, their officials.
The concern here is not about the match, it's about the well-being of these two individuals. This is...
You can see both wrestlers starting to stir. I've heard that management is on their way out to the Impact Zone, and right on cue, there's the EVP, Scott DeMore.
And here, Striker, you see the sky high. This staging is meant to hold hundreds of thousands of pounds, and it crumbles under the force.
Joe Doering and Doc Gallows going back and forth all around the Impact Zone, and then they made their way up to the ramp, and both wrestlers crashing through. It was Gallows attempting to give Doering a sky high.
Yeah, he was given a sky high, which is he hit it, and the stage just collapsed. And here you see Doc Gallows. He's out of the crater, and you can only hope that both men are okay after this.
What does this mean for the tag team title match tomorrow night?
Gallows is pushing people away.
How about that?
He's crawling. He is crawling back in the direction of the ring.
It's the only thing he knows.
On Doering here, and Doering's starting to stir.
How is this man moving? Everything he has been through personally and professionally, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that this cannot keep Joe Doering down. How fitting that tomorrow night it is called Emergence, because Joe Doering is emerging from the rubble, from the chaos, and looks to still be willing to fight.
Look at Joe, he is intent. He's pushing everyone away, and now he's headed back to the ring.
Slowly willing himself, plotting on his way back to the ring. Look at the sneer in the eyes of Joe Doering. And look at Gallows. Is he backing up?
I think Gallows is just as shocked as everyone in this building.
Anyone out there ever complains about getting out of bed in the morning? Anyone out there that ever says, oh, it's raining, I don't want to go to work? Look at what these two are willing to do. Both giants up, both guys ready. Let the fight continue.
Look at these two. They're giving, let's do this. Oh, big
boot. Gallows up. What does he have in mind here?
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Down, ref!
1, 2,
storied career. Tell us what's going through the minds, hearts, and bodies of those two.
What's going through their minds and bodies right now is the one thing they know. It's professional wrestling. They know never to give up. They know to fight. They know to move forward. And they know they want to win and be great. And what we saw right there was greatness.
On the eve of emergence on Impact Plus, we close the night with the Impact Tag Team titles seemingly slipping from the pressed fingers of the two sweet champs. We ponder the fate of the X Division champion Josh Alexander as he prepares for perhaps his toughest challenge to date.
Right here, like, I can't believe this. Oh, look, let's go look at the replay here. Doering, clothesline, Gallows over the top rope. But then these two going at it, just thudding the hell out of each other. A big German suplex here, and man, I felt the earth shake. Chair out of nowhere, are you kidding me?
Certainly a hard-fought battle here on the eve of emergence, but D'Lo Dentist.
There's the sky high, you see Doc Gallows driving Joe Doering through the stage. Both men in this crater. It's like the Big Bang or something.
Well, the creation is indeed great. And tomorrow night at Emergence, these men will compete for the Impact World Tag Team title. And what, if anything, can stop Violent by Design?
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. Set for one fall, introducing first the challengers. Accompanied to the ring by Cody Deaner, representing Violent by Design, Eric Young and Joe Doering.
In the warped minds of Deaner, Young, and Doering, this is righting a wrong from 231 days ago. That was the night of Slammiversary last year, where the Good Brothers defeated Violent by Design for the Impact World Tag Team titles. Now, it was on that night Rhino was a part of Violent by Design at that point in time. Rhino was the one who was pinned. Violent by Design had been bothered by that for months and months and months. This is Eric Young and company's opportunity to not only right that wrong, but also to violently end this business arrangement.
They have come to collect what is owed to them from the Good Brothers, and they will take it by absolutely any means necessary.
Their opponents represent the Bullet Club and are accompanied to the ring by Chris Bay. From Tokyo, Japan, the Big LG, Doc Gallows. Machine Gun Carl Anderson. They are the defending Impact World Tag Team Champions. They are the Good Brothers.
Of course, accompanied by Chris Bay. We want to take this opportunity to let you know that tickets for Impact Wrestling at WrestleCon are on sale now on Friday, April 1st in Dallas. We'll have two incredible back-to-back shows. First, we'll be live exclusively on Fight TV at 9 p.m. Eastern as Impact Wrestling presents the Multiverse of Matches featuring the Good Brothers versus Mark and Jay, the Briscoes. Plus, it's the return of Ultimate X. And then the legendary Impact Provincial Wrestling Federation is back. It all happens at WrestleCon in Dallas as a part of wrestling's biggest weekend. For more information, visit WrestleCon.com.
Right now, it is big match feelings. World Tag Team Championships on the line.
We want to talk about busy times. We talk about WrestleCon for the Good Brothers. Earlier on today, they weren't even here in Louisville. They were in in Columbus, Ohio.
Good Brothers have had a great day, Tommy. The boys were meeting the fans, sharing some brewskis with people all over Columbus. Because, you know, quite frankly, you ask me, it's because they're so confident in their ability to retain those tag team championships that they didn't have to worry about it.
They were at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio, is what they were doing, and then drove here to Louisville to have this matchup. These guys are in demand. We understand that, but is that a sign of maybe how seriously they're taking Violent by Design?
Again, I reflected back. It's the air of confidence. They know exactly who Violent by Design are. They were in that business relationship with them for months. They know who their opponents are. They don't have to worry about it sitting around this building for 8 hours at a time.
So here we go. It's Eric Young to start things off against Carl Anderson. And Ray Walt, let's not forget the 8-man no disqualification match from this past week on Access TV. It was madness. It was the Bullet Club against Violent by Design and the Guerrillas of Destiny. GOD sent the Good Brothers running out of the building all the way to tonight.
I mean, at least all the way to Columbus. They sent the Good Brothers. You know, they saved their hides for a better day, and that day is right here, right now at Sacrifice, because they knew what was going to be on the line.
Now Eric Young trying to control Carl Anderson early. Young tangled with the Switchblade Jay White at No Surrender a few weeks ago. White, of course, earlier tonight here at Sacrifice, defeating his former mentor, Alex Shelley, in an absolute classic. But there's been something Violent by Design. The second they laid eyes on Bullet Club, BBD didn't like them.
Well, who does BBD like? Quite frankly, I don't know. I've met anybody that BBD quote-unquote likes.
Carl Anderson trying to control Young. And right there you can see hashtag Sacrifice is now trending number 6 in the United States of America. Thank you all for watching on Impact Plus, on YouTube for our Ultimate Insiders, and of course on Fight TV, live here in Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, and Eric Young in a bad way right now.
This goes to show the incredible athletes, the incredible matches that we have here in Impact Wrestling, this one included.
What do you think went through the minds of Anderson and Gallows? What happened at No Surrender as Jay White ordered the excommunication of the Guerrillas of Destiny?
I mean, I have to think again. Bullet Club isn't just some fly-by-night group. I have a feeling they had an idea. I mean, they got the Iggy, so to speak, on what was going to happen. They have a history with Jay White, of course.
Gallows and Anderson, they looked a little surprised when that all went down, and they seemed all too happy to be on the right side of history.
I mean, as you would be. I don't have the definitive answer. I just know how wily the boys can be. But either way, like you said, they are on the right side. They are on the side of Bullet Club.
Ooh, another thumb to the eyes. Gallows tags in, and in comes Big Joe Doering. Joe Doering was stomping all over the place in the no disqualification match this past Thursday.
We've seen these two at it, go at it. These two
tag team partners, as a matter of fact.
A lot of history between these two big men.
Oh. The two beasts of these groups.
Now so much more on the line. Tag team championships in the balance here.
Oh, baby. Who's the biggest and the baddest? By the big LJ to retain the titles and a kick out.
Kick out at 1.
Right to the chest of Doering.
And snapping that hold on right in the center of the ring.
It's been absolute dominance for the Good Brothers. As I mentioned, 231 days as Impact World Tag Team Champions, one of the longest reigns in the history of this company.
That's good business. You're talking about all this business relationship that EY likes to throw out there. Nobody does business like the Good Brothers. Though I will admit, there ain't nobody out there like VBD, and they're not a partner that you can just pull the wool over. So I really do. I think the Good Brothers got to have their A game here tonight.
Doering rushes out of the corner and drops Gallows. You can see the ring shift as Doering bounced into the turnbuckles and then just ricocheted back at Gallows.
They felt that one in the Rick Houses of Bardstown, I'll tell you what. As now both men look to get a tag to their fresh partners on the outside.
Tag made, here comes Anderson to meet Eric Young. Carl Anderson, one of the greatest tag team wrestlers in the history of this business, dropping Eric Young.
Machine gun going full auto here on the leader of Violent by Design.
Oh! Big leaping senton. Trying to set up Eric Young, middle of the ring. Fisherman buster right to the back of the neck. Here's a cover and a kick out by Young.
Eric Young stays in this one. You know Eric's not going to give up that easily. A veteran of this business.
Think about a belly-to-back suplex. Oh, Young
manages to land on his feet and take Joe Doering back in.
Oh, I don't know if Anderson saw the tag happening. Got surprised a bit by Doering. When a grizzly bear is standing behind you, that will surprise you.
Every single blow from Joe Doering is like a clubbing blast. The man is just built like a tree.
Tag made by Young. Oh, great setup by Doering with the power slam. Oh, drop. Oh, we're going to have new tag team champions. Cover. Oh, and a kick out.
Wide-eyed stare of the wild man, Eric Young. I don't want to know what's going on in the head of that man, but you know it's bad.
Oh, back body drop. Carl Anderson avoiding disaster. The pile driver set up there by Eric Young. Now makes the tag to Gallows. Oh, look at Gallows clear house.
Big LG making a statement here.
Tag made by Anderson.
A lot of quick tags here. Very effective.
Double team neck breaker cover. Kick out by Eric Young.
Come on.
Just a few moments ago, it was Carl Anderson kicking out to the chagrin of Eric Young, and now it has been reversed.
Gallows legal. With the bomb right in the ring and a kick out by Young.
Both these teams dropping some of the biggest weapons in their arsenal.
A tag made. Carl Anderson's legal. Doering was taken off the apron there. Now thinking about the magic killer. Could it be time to put it away? Oh, Young found a way out. Takes a right hand from Gallows.
Right to the throw, but oh, sending Gallows to the outside.
Gallows crashes hard. Just disappeared off your screen.
Another opening here for Violent by Design.
And now a 2-on-1 situation for the Good Brothers. Now it's a 2-on-1 moment for VBD. Oh.
Doering that done.
Clothesline. And now sets up Eric Young. Could this be it? Are we going to have new champions? Cover. Oh, and a kick out by Anderson. Dean at ringside. Doering going to make a tag.
Take a look at this barrage. The suplex followed up, but it was Carl Anderson somehow, some way staying in this.
Back to live action. Eric Young up top. He's legal. Gallows trying to prevent the elbow drop again. Oh! Cold cocked.
Saving his partner there. Great awareness. That's why they're the tag team champions. Looking for a superplex here is Machine Gun.
Wait, Young's trying to turn it on Gallows. He's like, I've waited long enough. I'm going to get involved.
Getting himself in here, going for a double superplex situation.
The officials trying to get Gallows out of the ring, and where Doering's in the ring. He's got to get control over this match.
You gotta be kidding me!
Oh my God! The monster clears the forest.
Take a look. Boom! This tower collapsing from the heavens from Joe Doering under the Good Brothers.
Look at Doering. He's dragging Young to the corner so that Doering can make the tag himself.
Doing what you gotta do. Doering has been dominant. He's been a difference maker in this matchup since moment one. Can he make the ultimate difference and secure the win for the tag team championships? That's the next question.
Oh, slipping down the back. Already Buster by Anderson.
But Doering is up on his feet.
Oh, clothesline. He just decommissioned the machine gun. Woo. And look at this going up the aisleway. It's Gallows and Young.
Oh, we're gonna get a repeat of what we saw this past.
Oh, low blow.
No.
Oh my God. Oh my God. A pile driver on the ramp. On the stage. Young and Gallows not the two legal men in this match.
But at the same time, Eric Young has just taken out one member of the Good Brothers. Take a look, the pile driver right here at the top of the ramp. And down goes Gallows.
Meanwhile, back inside the ring. Double team by Violent by Design. Doering's legal. Cover. Violent by Design, our tag team champs.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners and new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design.
Violent by Design said that they were coming to collect on what was owed, and boy, did they.
The Good Brothers have lost the Impact World Tag Team titles.
A strike to the heart of Bullet Club, but VVD standing strong, waving the banner.
Tonight, there are 6 championship matches on this card. You can see our new Impact World Tag Team Champions, Violent by Design. Ray Walt, to say the least, this has been a bad night for most of Impact's champions. But before we see some New Japan Pro Wrestling here on Access TV, speaking of tag team titles, we're ready for our main event here on Impact Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Impact Wrestling main event, a return match for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. It is set for one fall. Introducing first the challengers, Violent by Design.
This is Violent by Design's contractual rematch for the Impact World Tag Team titles following Under Siege. But let's talk about what's in front of Eric Young come Slammiversary.
It was last week that Eric Young punched his ticket to the main event of Slammiversary, and the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander winning that gauntlet for the gold. He has a goal ahead of him now, and it's all eyes to Slammiversary.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Their opponents from Sandy Fort, Delaware. They are the Impact World Tag Team Champions, Mark and Jay, The Briscoes.
And to have won the ROH and the Impact World Tag Team titles, joining legendary Impact tag teams like the Wolves, Kazarian and Daniels, the Hardys, and the Motor City Machine Guns to have accomplished that feat.
And you know VBD, despite the victory of Eric Young, have not forgotten Under Siege and have their eyes set on reclaiming these tag team championships. It's our main event, titles on the line. And ladies and gentlemen, it's next.
The Briscoes defend the tag team titles against Violent by Design. Next. We are back here on Access TV, and that is what it is all about here in our main event. The Impact World Tag Team titles. The brand new champions, the Briscoes, to defend against the former champions, Violent by Design, following the Briscoes' victory at Under Siege. The curious thing here in this matchup, we talked about it before the break, Ray Wall. Eric Young has to look forward to Slammiversary. He's got to be prepared to face Josh Alexander for the Impact World title. So it's Diener and Doering representing BBD in this match.
Eric Young has a huge opportunity and has to be ready physically, mentally, for one of the toughest champions in Impact history. And look at this.
This is a wise decision right off the bat. Doering should be starting this match because Doering is yet to be pinned or submitted since returning to Impact back in November of 2020.
And it's a great move considering it was Doering who was the odd man out at Under Siege. So now we get to see maybe a little bit of what would have been.
And here's the thing, I understand the decision by Violent by Design to have Diener and Young compete at Under Siege. The way the Briscoes, you've said it before, shot out of a cannon, explosion. Having Diener and Young gave them the faster lineup, but still, Mark and Jay were just the better team that night.
Well, and it shows what a great team BBD is. They're adapting. They saw that strategy did not work on that night, so we're going to switch it up. Now we're going to give you the big man, the beast, Doering. Does not go down.
Oh, if you're the Briscoes, how do you deal with the monster Doering?
The way you do with any big man, you chop him down,
tag
one limb at a time. But it's going to be a tough task when he's backed up by Diener.
Now Diener tags into the matchup up against Jay Briscoe. The Briscoes have certainly lit a fire under this tag team division. We've seen the way the competition has really stepped up. We saw the Good Brothers and Taven and Bennett went at it earlier on tonight. The Good Brothers getting a win there in that matchup. The competition's continuing to build. The Briscoes know they're new here. They burst on the scene, won the titles, but there's a huge bullseye on their back. Mark Briscoe legal.
It's one thing to win those championships. It's another to hold on to them. Everybody looking at the Briscoes.
Oh! Beautiful suplex there by Mark Briscoe.
And don't clap just yet, you gotta win.
To retain, kick out by Diener at 1. And remember, the winner of this matchup very well could be the Impact World Tag Team Champions by the time we get to Slammiversary. 4 weeks from Sunday, June 19th, live on pay-per-view and Fight TV in Nashville, Tennessee for our 20-year anniversary special. Tickets are on sale now at ImpactWrestling.com.
Oh my God.
Jay and Mark, they just work so well together.
There's this wild, somehow controlled chaos of the Briscoes that gets unleashed every time the bell rings.
Perfect synchronicity, and when you look at these two, you might not expect that.
Just because they're wearing the same color pants. It's just the wild nature in which they do everything. It seems uncontrolled, it seems chaotic, but like you said, there's a reason they win titles everywhere they go.
Tag made Mark Briscoe into the matchup. 12-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions and finally added an Impact World Tag Team title to their resume. Eric Young looking on, plenty on his mind. Imagine the power and control Violent by Design could have. They captured the tag titles tonight, and Young wins the world title at Slammiversary.
You thought Violent by Design had control before. It would be off the charts if that happened, but right now the Briscoes making that very difficult.
Right next to us here at ringside, Mark Briscoe floors Diener with a neck breaker.
Oh, no.
Oh, now setting up Diener. Setting up Diener. Oh, Doering cuts down Jay Briscoe. Can the Briscoes get back in this? Violent by Design's monster is getting involved with the Impact World Tag Titles on the line. We are back. This our main event here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV. The Impact World Tag Team titles at stake. The Briscoes defending against Violent by Design. Joe Doering, the monster representing BBD, against Jay Briscoe.
And his partner Diener on the apron as that ricochet elbow collapses on the chest.
Power slam elbow combo, kick out. Cannot grab the titles.
And earlier in this matchup, we were questioning what it would take to keep Joe Doering, to chop him down, but instead it was the Briscoes seemed to be trying to keep Doering out of the match altogether, knocking him off the apron, keeping him separate from his team. But to no avail as the big man made his presence known, leading to the situation we're in right now.
Diener's legal to win back the titles, and a kick out. Violent by Design trying to win their third Impact World Tag Team titles, of course, utilizing the Freebird rule. That's why Diener and Doering in here tonight. There's Eric Young on the outside while the official was dealing with Diener.
That right there is like the ultimate Freebird rule. When you see an open shot, your third man can take it.
And that third man, Eric Young, is not just the third man. He is the #1 contender for the Impact World Championship come Slammiversary. It'll be Young versus the champion, Josh Alexander, by the time we get to Nashville.
How appropriate. Eric Young, such an integral part of the history, the 20-year history of Impact Wrestling. Won almost every championship this company has to offer as Diener goes to line up Jay Briscoe, compacting the spine.
The rage inside Diener. Following Under Siege was a part of the team that night. Lost the tag team titles. It was a tactical decision by Violent by Design, and now the Briscoes have stormed the castle, so to speak, here in Impact Wrestling. Violent by Design believe this is their world. Losing the tag titles meant losing a modicum of power, losing control. Now the Briscoes, Jay Briscoe trying to get out of the corner. The Briscoes make a tag.
And in comes Mark Briscoe like a house on fire, ping-ponging back and forth.
Oh man, tied up here with the monster. Mark Briscoe loves these 2-on-1 situations. Likes to be backed into a corner and fighting his way out.
Big man Joe Doering sent to the floor.
Oh, over the top line of Doering. Doering's down. This is a critical chance for the Briscoes.
Diener trying to fight off Mark Briscoe, who keeps the train rolling.
And now to the top turnbuckle. Oh! Big open palm strike by Mark Briscoe. Off the top to retain the titles. Kick out by Diener.
Look at the eyes of Mark Briscoe. There's a mania in there that you don't see too often, and if you do, it's probably in the eyes of the people in Violent by Design.
Now Mark Briscoe sent into the corner, out to the apron. Diener back up to his feet. There's Joe Doering. Oh, and Doering runs into Jay Briscoe this side.
Took a swipe at Mark as Mark comes off that top overhand chop, knocks Diener for a loop.
And now look at Mark Briscoe. Got a hold of Diener. Double team, neckbreaker, powerbomb. Oh, and a kick out by Diener.
Diener digs down deep. This is what the Tag Team Championships mean to these two teams.
Oh! On the outside here, it's Mark Briscoe. Oh, and Joe Doering just sent Mark Briscoe into the steel post inside the ring. Thinking about the Spike J Driller was Jay Briscoe. Oh. Oh, and Diener floors Jay Briscoe.
Meanwhile, Mark Briscoe is literally on the floor.
Tag.
So we are in a 2-on-1 scenario. very good position for Violent by Design.
And this is worst case scenario for the Briscoes because Doering's the legal man. Oh man, what a spine buster by the 300-plus pounder to win the titles back in a kick out.
The way Doering just slammed Jay Briscoe down and collapsed on top of him immediately into the cover here.
Tag made. Diener's legal. Jay Briscoe dumped. Diener off the top of the diving headbutt. Could this be it for VBD? To win back the titles, Mark Briscoe saves his brother.
Almost had to drive right through Doering to make it, but he did make it indeed.
Saving the titles in the process. Doering runs through Mark Briscoe.
Just when you think you've got Doering down, the tree just does not fall.
Oh, Doering still standing, and Jay takes down Doering. Huge opportunity now for the Briscoes.
Also for Violent by Design with Diener here.
One of the Diener TDT. Now look at Jay Briscoe with a rolling elbow.
Perfectly lined up on the chin of Diener there.
Jay Briscoe trying to control Diener.
Looking for the doomsday device. This is how they won the championships. Could we see history repeat?
Oh, look at Doering. Doering trying to slow this down. Trying to prevent the Briscoes from hitting the doomsday device. Now a cover, cover, cover. Oh, and the Briscoes retain. Oh, now Eric Young in there. Young is furious.
Violent by Design thought they had the doomsday countered. It was Jay Briscoe who rolled back into a roll-up position, getting the 1-2-3. But VBD is not going to let it end that way.
Wait a minute. Young's opponent comes Slammiversary, the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander. Alexander clears out Diener and Doering. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and Diener from behind, attacking Josh Alexander.
After a moment where we saw the future flashing before us, and now the Briscoes getting involved to even the score.
Young sent out of the ring. There goes Diener. The Briscoes backing up Josh Alexander.
After it was Alexander who backed up the Briscoes.
Tonight, the Briscoes outgunned Violent by Design and retain the Impact World Tag Team titles. But this is just beginning between Young and Alexander.
And it all leads to Slammiversary.
But before we get to that here on Access TV, it is time for our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following six-man tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one, Diener, Joe Doering, Eric Young. They are Violent by Design.
Mr. Raywall, you want to talk about a shot at the title? Well, that's exactly what is ahead of Eric Young. 3 weeks from Sunday, June 19th, live on pay-per-view and Fight TV in our home city of Nashville, Tennessee at Slammiversary. Eric Young challenges Josh Alexander for the Impact World Championship.
It is a battle representing the history, the 20-year history of Impact Wrestling, which has seen Eric Young take many, many forms, but his most dangerous is his latest. as the leader of Violent by Design as he goes up against Impact Wrestling's self-proclaimed future in the walking weapon, Josh Alexander.
Violent by Design, however, have their work cut out for them tonight against an all-champions tag team.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Their opponents, first from Sandy Fork, Delaware, they are the Impact World Tag Team Champions, Mark and Jay, The Briscoes.
And speaking of Slammiversary, it's the Briscoes who will be defending their Impact World Tag Team titles against the Good Brothers. Plenty of history between those two teams.
Been all over the world, every continent it seems, but at Slammiversary, the gold will be on the line.
You talk about history, it was the Briscoes who took the tag team titles from Violent by Design.
Their tag team partner from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the Impact World Champion, the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander.
It is the perfect juxtaposition. Come Slammiversary, one of the men who helped build this company, Eric Young, challenges its present standard in Josh Alexander for the Impact World Championship. We are bracing for a huge six-man tag team matchup. The tag team champs, the Briscoes, the world champion Josh Alexander against Violent by Design. This match is next here on Access TV. We are back here on Access TV. This is our main event of Impact Wrestling. It's the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander, along with the tag team champs, the Briscoes, against Violent by Design. In the ring, Dina representing BBD across from Alexander. Alexander is staring down his challenger come Slammiversary, Eric Young.
Oh, he better keep at least one eye on Eric Young at all times. You have to imagine that twisted mind, the twisted mind that created Violent by Design, will take any advantage he can on the road to Slammiversary and the main event.
That's something that's definitely lingering in the back of the mind of Josh Alexander, considering how smart of a champion he is that come Slammiversary, he knows it's not just about standing across the ring from Eric Young in a singles match. There's always Doering and Diener to be aware of.
Always the weird, strange, twisted family that Violent by Design is, always has each other's back.
One thing that's definitely lingering in the back of the mind of Diener is the fact that he and Doering lost the tag team title rematch to the Briscoes.
Looking for a little bit of redemption on behalf of BBD here. Potentially is Diener, and right now, Josh Alexander putting on a little wrestling lesson in the center of the ring.
How proud is Josh Alexander to be representing this company at its 20-year anniversary pay-per-view, Slammiversary?
I mean, it's the pride of his life. You know, outside of his family, his wife, his son, nothing means more to Josh Alexander than professional wrestling and Impact Wrestling. We hear it all the time. So he always talks to the fans here live about his passion for this. And you want to talk about passion and intensity. In a much different form, the Briscoes represent that in spades.
Explosion is what I think of. Oh, and the Briscoes step into the ring. First Jay Briscoe teeing off on Diener. Now this is Mark Briscoe. Oh! The Briscoes we talked about will defend their tag team titles at Slammiversary against the Good Brothers. Oh! Look at this!
If there's anybody who can match that manic energy for the Briscoes, it might be Diener.
Diener would have slipped down the back there. Oh, was thinking about a sleeper and backs Mark Briscoe into the corner. Here comes Young.
Great counter by Diener. They're slipping right into the sleeper hold, dragging Mark Briscoe to the corner. That is teamwork, as it's meant to be.
Eric Young, the man who outlasted everyone and the gauntlet for the gold to become the #1 contender to the Impact World title a few weeks ago. Now the tag made Jay Briscoe into the fray.
You know EY is going to want to make an impression here as he starts to head towards Nashville, towards Slammiversary, towards the World Championship.
Now Jay Briscoe with a snap suplex. 12-time Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, now Impact World Tag Team Champions, and add a Ring of Honor World Championship to the resume of Jay Briscoe. Young driven down by the Briscoes.
Great teamwork. There is a reason they are tag team champions, but don't forget there's a reason Violent by Design are former tag team champions. They have every tool to turn this matchup around anytime they want.
Oh! Now look at this, this is a great job here of this all-champions team. Oh! Isolate Young. Yeah, look at Mark Briscoe, he poked the bear, and Joe Doering using the ropes there. And look at Alexander, the crossbody to the back. On Young dumped outside.
Now Jay Briscoe firing up.
Briscoe over the top, wipes out VBT.
And now, if one Briscoe's good, two are going to be better.
Mark Briscoe off the two. Reach for the sky. Josh Alexander and the Briscoes are rolling against Violent by Design. This matchup continues. Oh, here in the Impact Zone. Oh, and we are back here. This is our main event of Impact Wrestling on Access TV. The tag team champions, the Briscoes, teaming with the Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander, against Violent by Design.
And just before we went to commercial, the Briscoes on an absolute tear, flying outside the ring.
Oh. Now Eric Young, for a moment there, that big right hand seemingly gives him an opportunity here against Jay Briscoe, just for Eric Young to catch his breath.
And that's just how quickly Eric Young can turn a matchup around. I hope Josh Alexander is taking notes here.
And look at Young. Young has got himself an Impact World title shot coming up at Slammiversary 3 weeks from Sunday, June 19th, live on pay-per-view and Fight TV. But it looks like he's trying to prove something to Diener and Doering. He's been in here for a lot of this matchup, and Alexander now gets Young.
Wants to lead by example, show them what he's gonna do at Slammiversary, but right now, the champ taking it to the challenger.
Alexander pummeling Eric Young. Josh Alexander, who captured the Impact World title at Rebellion, successfully defending it under siege. Oh, and now caught in the ropes here by Diener.
The synchronicity of VBT.
Tag. And Diener able to cut off Alexander from getting to the corner.
They almost don't need words for that kind of a teamwork. And now the Impact World Champion in a bad way.
It's demented, but Violent by Design stand by the concept that they are, quote, a family. So you understand that, call it telepathic type of communication, I don't know.
You just understand your fellow brethren.
Oh.
They always have each other's back. As once again, Eric Young gets into the ring, wants to send this message home.
Cover on the Impact World Champion.
He wants to send it right to Josh Alexander himself.
Imagine if Young could score a pinfall here on Josh Alexander. Oh my God, what would that do to the psyche of the walking weapon?
It would definitely take its toll, as right now this will take its toll. Oh!
The surgically repaired neck into the turnbuckle, form in the face, and a kick out by the world champ.
Diener compacting the spine of the walking weapon. Slowing things down here now.
Alexander trying to battle back, trying to get to the corner and tag Mark or Jay. Oh, shoulder right into the midsection. Northern Light suplex with a bridge. Oh, and a kick out. And I believe the nose of Josh Alexander's busted open. Yes, it is.
Diener holding on, though, as Alexander looking for a tag there.
And look at Diener. Look at him just pry Alexander into his corner.
Grabbing at his leg, grabbing at his wrist, holding on to anything he can to keep the advantage in Violent by Design's corner. Tom, can you imagine? We saw what kind of tear Violent by Design went on when they held the tag team championships. If they had the world title in their
cover, kick out
in their camp, what kind of chaos would they bring to the Impact Zone week in and week out?
Eric Young has said it. This world does not belong to you. It belongs to us, Violent by Design. Every championship that VBD captures, they believe it's all about power and control. It's the ultimate power in this world. The Impact World title. Diener into the cover, and it's broken up by Mark Briscoe. Smart tag team wrestling there by Mark Briscoe, and Josh Alexander is still in it. Diener wants another cover, kick out, and every time a member of Violent by Design goes for a cover, and Alexander, it's that forearm right in the bloodied nose.
And also, let's point out the fact that this has been some great teamwork between Eric Young and Diener. As Alexander starting to fight back now. They have yet to tag in the enforcer, if you will, Joe Doering.
Oh, into the corner of the knee to the back of the neck of Diener.
And Alexander is getting himself a much, much needed opening here.
And now Alexander, can he crawl to the corner and make a tag to one of the tag team champions? Diener tags Young. There comes Mark Briscoe.
And just like that, we know when there's a Briscoe tagged in, business picks up.
Oh, and a kick to the back of the neck. Diener out of the ring. Briscoe can focus on Young.
EY fighting him off, looking to retake control of this matchup.
Oh, the referee says the tag has been made. Jay Briscoe legal and a big boot. A neck breaker, and I think the Briscoes are trying to end it.
Starting to roll here. Huge elbow drop from Mark Briscoe. Jay into the cover to finish it.
Oh, and Violent by Design to break up the pinning opportunity.
Always got each other's back, as usual.
Diener to the outside, and now the Briscoes targeting Young.
I have to imagine Eric Young is going to do anything he can to get a victory here. He does not want to head towards Slammiversary with a loss on his record.
And a tag made. Once again, it's Diener who's tagged in. On a shot there at Doering. Oh, and a kick right to the face.
VBD has had an answer every time Alexander and the Briscoes have started to roll. Whoa! Until that, at least.
Oh, and a kick right to the face of Diener. Tag, Mark Briscoe's legal.
And up goes Diener. Down goes Diener.
Great double team by the Briscoes. Oh, kick out by Diener.
Just in the nick of time. Huge credit to Diener on kicking out there.
And the Briscoes are calling for it. They want the Doomsday device.
This is what won them the tag team championships.
Oh, look at Doering. Gets the attention of the official, and then Young with the VBD flagpole.
Great wherewithal and teamwork from Violent by Design.
Diener DDT.
Huge.
Cover. All broken up by Alexander.
Alexander back into this matchup, and oh my, Young looking for that pile driver.
Oh, now Alexander wants the C4 spike. Go for the C4 spike. Oh, almost had Young up.
But Young catapulting the champ to the outside.
Alexander, covered by Doering. Doering makes his presence felt,
Meanwhile, in the ring, in poetic justice, looking for that doomsday device of their own is BBD, but to be denied.
Diener shut down there. Oh, there goes Jay Briscoe. And a big palm strike there by Mark Briscoe.
It is now Mark Briscoe fighting off seemingly two members of Violent by Design.
And now look at Mark Briscoe dealing with Diener. Oh, with the mask, with Eric Young's mask. Tag made by Young.
Once again, referee distracted. Great work, and here's the pile driver.
Pile driver to Mark Briscoe. Violent by Design wins.
Here are your winners, Violent by Design.
In a matchup where Violent by Design took on an all-champions tag team, it's Eric Young who scores the pinfall and the win. Gotta take a look back here at the conclusion of this matchup. Diener takes the mask, boom, right into Mark Briscoe, and that opens the door for Eric Young. Middle of the ring, bam, sticks the pile driver, and that is it.
I told you Eric Young wanted to make a statement on his way to Slammiversary, and tonight he did just that.
Josh Alexander staring down the challenge that he must deal with come Slammiversary. Will this world belong to Eric Young and Violent by Design?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Impact Wrestling main event, a six-man tag team contest. Set for one fall, introducing team number one. They are Violent by Design.
Still trying to get our bearings out here, and here comes Violent by Design.
As if we just didn't deal with enough violence in front of us here at our table. But nonetheless, it is time for this huge six-man tag main event.
This coming about as a fallout from the Emergence event 2 weeks ago. Remember, it was a tag team match where Young and Diener defeated the team of Chris Sabin and Kushida. Young took it upon himself to take the match into his own hands, and that was ultimately what led to the win for BBT.
Oh, that, and let's not forget the big man at ringside, Joe Doering, providing a presence that led to the outcome, which ultimately had Eric Young hitting the pile driver, getting the 1-2-3, leading by example once again.
Their opponents, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, and Kushida. Time Machine!
For those of you that watched AEW Dynamite last night, you know there's a lot on the minds of the Motor City Machine Guns, because come September 4th at the All Out pay-per-view event, the Motor City Machine Guns, Shelley and Sabin, will team up with Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt in their corner to take on the team of Wardlow and FTR. That is a huge announcement coming out of Dynamite last night. But can Shelley and Sabin focus? They team up with Kushida to form Time Machine. They take on Violent by Design next. We are back here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV with a six-man tag team matchup. For the first time ever competing as a trio, Sabin, Shelley, and Kushida, they are Time Machine. They take on Violent by Design right now.
Apropos name, considering all the competitors, and what an interesting start here. Arguably the smallest competitor in the match taking on the biggest in Joe Doering and Kushida.
Oh, Joe Doering runs right through Kushida. Kushida and Chris Sabin had teamed up at the Emergence event 2 weeks ago. Eric Young, who's just tagged into the matchup alongside Diener, were able to get the victory that night because of the involvement of Doering, but also Young taking matters into his own hands. Shelley is legal now.
Tagged himself in. Here comes that little bit of that high-impact, high-speed offense from the Time Splitters portion of Time Machine in Shelly and Kushida.
Yeah, that'd be Shelly and Kushida, once a great tag team in Japan. Notice the Time Splitters. We saw Sabin and Kushida tag together. They tagged together a number of times. And then, of course, we all know the Motor City Machine Guns. Great collaboration here. Diener is legal. I believe Sabin just tagged in.
And here we go, another round of high-octane tag team offense here. This time, courtesy of the Guns.
Sabin takes a shot there at Young, a byproduct of what happened at Emergence. I'm still trying to get my bearings here, and this matchup is full throttle, considering what Sami Callihan came out here and did before the commercial break.
And they're not done yet. This team is gelling.
For those who didn't see, Sami Callihan came out here bloodied and wrapped in barbed wire because of an assault by Macklin and Moose earlier on in the evening. Callihan challenged Macklin and Moose to a barbed wire massacre match. Come Victory Road, September 23rd, live in Nashville, Tennessee. And that rivalry can't be controlled whatsoever.
Nothing's going to contain that. I don't even know if the sting of barbed wire will do the job, but we'll have to find out.
And now Time Machine taking it to the designer. Oh, Eric Young. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, drop kick right to the face.
Double impact on that one.
So much familiarity as we talked about in conventional 2-on-2 tag team matches, but this trio looks fantastic here. With having never done this before.
It's like the Machine Guns are chocolate, the Time Splitters are peanut butter, a match made in heaven. Meanwhile, across the ring, VBD is like gruel. It don't taste good, it don't look good, but it does nasty things to you.
And in comes Joe Doering, very appropriately after that description. Joe Doering, the big bear of Violent by Design, going after Sabin. Oh!
And the power coming into play.
Sabin trying to break free there. Hold on. Double barrel thunder by the 300-plus pounder. And just like that, Joe Doering and company have taken over. This is Violent by Design's matchup. Can Time Machine get back into this six-man tag team main event match? We'll find out as this bout rolls on. Oh, and we are back here in Impact Wrestling on Access TV. This is our main event, Violent by Design, going up against Time Machine, Shelly, Sabin, and Kushida. The tag mate, in comes Eric Young.
And before the break, it was Time Machine who was cooking and rolling in high steam, but then it was the big man, Joe Doering, who took advantage of Chris Sabin and now has control.
Neckbreaker, kick out by Sabin.
This portion of the matchup.
Remember the charge that was sent out there by Eric Young to Diener and Doering. It was eliminate the sickness inside you. Young had believed Diener and Doering had come up short on a number of occasions and targeted the Motor City Machine Guns and Kushida, and that has led to this matchup.
This also led to Eric Young having a little bit more of a firm hand on all dealings within Violent by Design, making sure everything is led in his image, in his example.
A tag made, Diener into the matchup. Diener and Doering have been trying to prove themselves to Eric Young, worthy to remain in the Violent by Design family. Every opportunity they've gotten. Side Russian leg sweep there by Diener.
Ooh, and that avalanche of an elbow drop.
Cover by Diener, and it's broken up by the rest of Time Machine. And Shelly a little feisty, no doubt. Come up short in what was a classic at Emergence 2 weeks ago, challenging Josh Alexander for the Impact World title.
Absolute classic. I strongly recommend any fan of professional wrestling, please go seek out that entire show, but that match between Josh Alexander and Alex Shelley in particular. But right now, great teamwork going on the side of Violent by Design.
Emergence is available on Impact Plus on demand anytime you want it, plus all future and past Impact Wrestling live events.
Now there you go, getting a little payback for that teamwork that was done to Eric Young earlier, tying him up in the corner, now doing something similar to Chris Sabin.
Violent by Design trying to slow down this matchup. There's a breakneck pace off the opening bell between these two teams, and Violent by Design got this where they want it.
Well, that's where teams like Time Machine, Motor City Machine Guns on their own, Time Splitters on their own. They've always thrived in that high-speed, high-octane offense. If you can't, once they get that momentum going, they are hard to stop. However, if you can...
Covered by Young on Sabin off the belly-to-back suplex.
If you can, you are in a strong, strong position, and that's exactly what Violent by Design has done. This is their match now. This is their design.
Now Young perhaps starting to get a little bit frustrated here in this matchup. Long history between Sabin and Young, of course, here in Impact Wrestling, and now Doering into the match. Oh! Right to the chest of Sabin, and now Young tags back in. Or rather, Diener.
Just quick tags, it's almost... That's how fast they are, that's how much they want to control this one. Tag again, now Young comes in.
Using the majority of the 5 count there. The official all over this one. BBD's got to be careful they don't get disqualified.
Gonna choke the life out of Chris Sabin. It's been a working strategy so far for Violent by Design. And here's another tag.
Now Diener into the matchup. Sabin has taken a lot of punishment at this point in the matchup from all 3 members of Violent by Design. Off the bottom rope. Oh, now Young inadvertently into Diener, and a tag made to Kushida.
Little miscue there, and now Kushida firing up on Violent by Design.
Now look at these kicks here to Eric Young. Kushida, with the back elbow. Oh man, and down goes Doering.
A pair of handsprings, and the pace has once again picked up in Time Machine's favor.
And now Kushida measuring Young. Young able to duck it in a big right.
That's the veteran instincts of Eric Young. And now Diener back into the fray.
Diener back inside into the matchup here against Kushida. And a tag made, I don't know if Diener was aware of it. Shelley's legal. And the Time Splitters portion of Time Machine doing their job. Oh!
And often, like Shelley likes to do, focusing on that arm, that left arm of Diener. But maybe later look for that Border City stretch he likes to hit.
Oh. Shelley not allowing the events of emergence to slow him down one iota here in Impact Wrestling. Using it to motivate him and fuel him going forward. Fighting alongside his longtime friends. And a tag made, I believe, by Sabin. Yes, Sabin's legal.
These are these tags, these super quick, almost sneaky tags from all the members of Time Machine here.
Oh, tag made. Oh, and a kick right to the face of Diener.
And if you thought the ingenuity of either one of those teams on their own was good, imagine putting those together. You got a beautiful cocktail of pro wrestling.
Oh. And now Time Machine working perfectly together. Oh, great combination by the Guns.
And Diener suffering at the rough end of this. Incredible teamwork by Time Machine.
All right, now Sabin thinking about the cradle shock here on Diener, and now Young breaks it up.
Eric Young denying that. He's not done yet.
And Young striking anything that moves.
And just like that, Eric Young has almost leveled each member of Time Machine. Now directed traffic almost.
Oh, Young and Diener to the outside. Oh, there's Doering over the top.
The Big Oak goes timber.
Oh, Kushida and Shelley. Oh, look at the setup, look at the setup.
Plenty of room now for Sabin.
Oh, and Sabin gets Doering. And on the outside, so much action here in the impact zone.
So much action you can barely keep track. But the TLDR is that Violent by Design is on the back foot.
Now Sabin going up top, crossbody here on Diener. Diener rolls through. Diener trying to pin Sabin, and a kick out. 2 legal men here.
Came within 1 second of sending a message courtesy of Violent by Design. In comes Shelley, though.
Shelley with the assist into the cutter. Shelley protecting his longtime tag team partner here in this matchup.
Now Sabin might once again looking for that cradle shock, wants to put this away. Diener ripping at the face.
And Diener creates a little bit of space there.
That's typical of Violent by Design. I don't think Sabin saw this one. EY is now legal in the matchup. Takes out Kushida.
Up on the shoulders here, Eric Young. Oh, man, got hold of that driver. Here's the cover. Shoulders down, broken up by Time Machine.
Great teamwork, knowing when your partner's in peril, saving them just in time.
And Doering trying to get involved. Kushida and Shelley. Uh-oh. Oh, leveled by the bullet train.
Doering just barreled through that double clothesline attempt, giving a crossbody, taking out both members of Time Machine. And that's the difference maker that is Joe Doering.
Doering feeling the effects of this matchup, and Young back into the ring, trying to lead Violent by Design to victory.
And right now, Chris Sabin is in his sights and is once again cut off from the rest of his team.
A tag made Doering into the matchup.
And once again, this is what Violent by Design is so good at, is finding these openings, getting quick tags, cutting their opponent off.
And look at Doering. Big power slam there on Sabin. Oh no.
We saw this at Emergence, headbutt, followed up by the elbow drop of Eric Young.
Could this be it for the Time Machine? Oh, and a kick out by Sabin.
And tick, tick, tock. There's still more time on the clock for Time Machine. And Eric Young is incensed. Can't believe that Sabin had the ability to kick out.
Oh, now Eric Young thinking about the pile driver, trying to end this like he did at Emergence.
No, Sabin! Sabin says no, not today.
Sabin not going to suffer the same fate he did at Emergence. Needs to make a tag.
And he's getting closer, but in comes Diener to stop it.
Oh, and Diener, some cheap shots there on Shelley and Kushida.
Clears the field, though, and once again, Sabin cut off from any help.
Oh, to the spine of Kushida.
Kushida sacrificing himself for his teammate. Shelley now doing the same, but responding in kind are the machine guns.
Classic offense for the boys from Detroit. Oh, and there's Young. Just cracked Shelley and Sabin.
It ain't pretty, but it's effective.
Uh-oh. Setting them up. Kushida and Shelley doing what they do best. Oh, beautiful!
But the ominous specter that is Doering, once again making his presence known.
It's going to take all three members of the Time Machine to go after Doering here. Doering wants the Revolution Bomb. Oh, and there's Sabin.
Step up in Zaguri.
Tanaka punch. Oh, and they take Doering off his feet.
Wait. Now they're gonna get the same combo on Doering. Double your pleasure, though. Courtesy of all three members of Time Machine.
Oh, and a boot to the face of Diener. Diener's in trouble. Oh, setting up, there's a super kick. Looking for the cradle shock. Kushida with a Pele kick. Cradle shock.
Got him. That's the cover.
Time Machine beats VBT.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Time Machine.
Not too bad for the first time ever competing as a trio. Take a look back at the conclusion of this matchup. Every member got involved for this one, the super kick from Shelley. That led to the cradle shot by Sabin. And of course, Kushida getting involved there with a Pele kick beforehand. What an effort by this team.
They have gelled like perfection. And the thorn in their side that was Violence by Design, silenced for now.
The Triforce, known as Time Machine, combines for a victory against Violent by